Hello, space friends. Captain Snuggles here, back in X4 Foundations to wrap up the little mini-campaign I was playing in the final days leading up to version 7.5's release. The full version is out, and there were no major changes from the beta version I showed in my previous video, so I'm not going to belabor the point here. You've already seen how the AI performs in most fleet combat scenarios. I just have two more things to show you, which I'll do using pre-recorded clips. First up, as promised, I tried my old station demolition method of manually surrounding the target before issuing individual attack orders to all the destroyers in the fleet. I used that method against a defense platform, a solar power plant, and a shipyard. The first two looked promising. I took them down with the loss of only one destroyer. That's one more than I would have lost in 7.1, and there were some very close calls with destroyers taking extreme hull damage, but ultimately it was only a single loss. Then I got to the shipyard, and everything fell apart. I lost 6 destroyers, 1 to the drone swarm, and 5 that just flew directly into the center of the station, one after the other. Now, this is the most dangerous type of Xenon station, but you may recall one of my other videos, Assault on Matrix number 79B, in which I took down a shipyard with a weaker fleet than this using the Coordinate Attack command, which was and is the least effective command for demolishing stations. In that attack, I only lost 2 ships, which suggests that the most effective command in 7.5 has triple the destroyer mortality of the least effective command in 7.0. After that, I switched to low attention demolition for the 5 defense platforms I had remaining, and I was dismayed to find myself still losing destroyers. I lost 3 against 5 stations in low attention while fielding an Asgard and 10 destroyers. In 7.1, I never lost a single destroyer in low attention as long as I had at least 6 of them in the fleet, so this is another enormous destroyer nerf. My guess is that this is linked to the change in the low attention tick rate. The same way your scouts now teleport around when you're not looking at them, I believe your destroyers now also teleport around when you're not looking at them, meaning they might teleport into the station's guns and explode. Long story short, I've exhausted all the possibilities and found that there is no reliable way to demolish stations using destroyers in version 7.5. To be fair, station demolition is some of X4's most boring content, and it does need a change, but mandatory destroyer suicide is not the change it needs. I do have some suggestions for an actual positive change, which I will cover in a later video. For this video, though, the only other new thing I tried was personal combat. I'd already gotten a good look at how the AI performed when fighting itself, so I wanted to look again at how it performs when fighting the player. In the first episode of the series, I said that I thought that 7.5 had widened the gap between the player's abilities and the AI's abilities, making combat unchallenging and uninteresting, and my opinion now is unchanged. Case in point, this clip. I'm fighting a K by orbiting it at high speed, and neither its turrets nor its fighter escorts are able to hit me. You could do this in 7.1, but it took a little skill. You had to press some buttons. In this clip, I am flying entirely one-handed. My left hand is not on the keyboard. No buttons are being pressed, aside from the weapons. Basically, the AI can't hit any small or medium target that's drifting or boosting, and in 7.5 it is trivially easy to always be either drifting or boosting in almost any small or medium ship. In short, you only get hit if you deliberately choose to get hit. Capital ships are not quite as blatantly busted, but they're still basically immortal as long as they have boost energy. Long story short, I'm disappointed by all aspects of combat in 7.5. fleet combat has become less diverse and more frustrating, and combat piloting has become trivially easy to the point of being boring. I hope the next update focuses on AI improvements and gives me some enemies that are actually worth my time. In the meantime, if I want to keep playing X4, it seems like I'll need to change my playstyle. Experiment with some new things. Go on a quest for enjoyment and entertainment. And I'll kick off that quest with the Rave of Artemis, the daft drunk Asgard and its escorts teaming up with Ka to put on a glorious light show, with the addition of disco mode and my trusty Teladi DJ. I'm gonna shut up now and just let you enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll tune in next time, and until then, this is Captain Snuggles, signing off.